Hi, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade leaders. You are preparing for April 22nd. In this lesson, we are talking about the church showing favoritism. I don't know about you, but in my household, there are many discussions about kind of about this. More than anything, we discuss real regularly maybe some injustices that we see in the world. For my house, I am thankful that we have those discussions, because in those times, that's when we are learning to see people in a different way. And I know there are many times where my kids have stretched me to see somebody with a lot more mercy and a lot more grace than I did when we first started having those conversations. So keep that in mind as you prepare to teach this lesson with your 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. We will continue to talk about the story in James, where James is writing about things to be aware of, that we don't necessarily need to separate everybody because of whatever we think is a better way to do things. There's not a better way to do things. All right, so your social activity this month is called How Many Ways. You'll have some index cards. Kids are supposed to write on those index cards all of the steps it would take to do something. So we're getting close to summer. Maybe you want to help them think, what are all the steps it takes to make homemade ice cream? Or what are all the steps it takes to get ready to go to a baseball game? Surely everybody right now is still in the middle of baseball season. And it kind of rules a lot of people's lives. We'll go to large group, we'll teach the lesson and do a large group game together. And then in your small group basket, you have a bag full of papers. You have large pieces of paper. You also have pieces of paper that have people on them, kind of cartoon character people. Each kid is going to get 2 pieces of paper. They're supposed to have all of the people. Then, because you have big kids, we're going to let them cut the papers out on their own. So have them cut out their papers, and then with tape or glue, they can take a big piece of paper, draw a table or a seating chart, if you want to explain to them what a seating chart is for like a banquet, and ask them to seat the people that they have in their pictures at the most, where they think is most appropriate for that person. Then, this is where the fun comes in. Then you get to have a discussion. And I would remind everybody at your table, remember, we're not showing favoritism. There's not one person at this table that has a better idea than somebody else at this table. We are all going to listen to each other and honor each other, and to treat people with mercy, because Jesus showed us mercy. Have fun with that. I can't wait to see what comes out of those discussions. I would love to hear feedback, in fact, from what happens during your discussion time. Your memory verse activity, you have some red cards. They're supposed to put the memory verse in order. It's up on the poster at the front of the room. It's on the front of your page every week that has your memory verse on it. So help the kids put those in order. Turn it over to see the picture on the back of it. Don't assume that every kid in this group has already done this activity. Most leaders do not get to this activity. One, and then second is most of our kids are not there for the entire month. There are maybe a handful of kids that are there enough to have gone through routinely all the exact same activities. So don't worry about repeating this. We all need to do things over and over and over again before it really sinks in. And then you can pray and dismiss and have a great Sunday together. Thank you for leading. Don't forget our parent resources, our family resources. These are our what used to be God times. They still are God times, just put together in a whole month, all together in one book, so that families can learn and grow together. I encourage you as a small group leader for you to take this and to help stretch your learning about building the church, and help your family understand what it's like to be a part of the church and who is the most important part of that, and that's Jesus. Thank you, and I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.